providing resources and comfort to caregivers. This is Caregiver Crossing.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Caregiver Crossing. Thanks for being here. And you might want to know that Caregiver Crossing is a show brought to you by Joy's House. We're here in the Joy's House studio. And we do this in partnership with our friends at Cardon and Associates. And we're here every week to discuss all things caregiving. I'm Tina McIntosh.
I'm Noah Taylor.
Noah, I was having a really crummy morning. Just crunchy. You know how you're just crunchy sometimes?
That feels like most mornings for me, but
I
yes.
I can't believe that.
No, I'm just kidding.
But I really was. And I woke up late. I was rushing to get here, like all the things, right? And I just was kind of making up a story about my day and my life. Like, I don't know. I just was in a mood. And I got in my car to head here. And I started doing something really weird. I thought I should scream, like to get like a primal scream to get it out. And then I was like, nah. But I started like humming, and I found myself humming like from quiet to louder. And then all of a sudden I was singing quiet to louder, and then I screamed. And do you know, it was like I shook it all out.
Oh, that sounds really nice. You started off quiet and then got to the loud.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it because it really is. I can't even believe I'm saying it out loud because it was kind of weird. I'm sure if somebody saw me, you know, I was just doing my thing going down the road, but I screamed at one point that it like shook my whole body. And then it was like it just got out of my system.
I feel like sometimes you just have to let things out.
Right?
Right. It's a little bit of that relief.
A cry, a scream, a laugh, like I just had to shake my spirit of it.
And why are we so afraid to cry and scream? It's okay. It's a normal human thing.
I will cry.
Unless you're in like the middle of a Burger King talking to like ordering your food and then you start screaming.
To a Burger King.
Yeah, I was thinking McDonald's, but now I'm thinking like I want some chicken fries, so I went to Burger King.
Yeah, okay. That is hilarious. Well, you brought some interesting things to the show. I know we've got a guest joining us here in just a little bit, but it was some aging folks, right?
Yes. We've
tell me about them.
Two really cool stories to share about two people that I look up to and wish I knew. But Sir David Attenborough, who everybody knows as one of the most recognizable voices in environmental storytelling, recently turned 100 years old.
Happy birthday.
And he's still making documentaries every year and still has many more coming out too. His story has a lot to do with caregiving too. There's something about the patience and observation and curiosity and mostly helping people understand that lives outside of your own are really important too.
Yeah, and he's really about like protecting those, right?
Yes.
Protecting the environment,
Yeah.
protecting others, and that vulnerable living things, which I think is fair to say when we're caregiving.
Yeah.
So, he is fantastic, and you said he's still recording, but he's still publicly advocating for environmental issues.
Yes, he is. He's still
at 100 years old.
At 100 and a few days now.
That is wild. I mean, instead of quietly retreating from that public life, that's a big deal.
I mean, I really hope that when I'm 100, I am still being a David Attenborough.
Yeah.
He is so cool. I mean, I've watched so many of his documentaries. The most recent one that came out, I haven't gotten to watch yet, but it's about bioluminescent animals.
Ooh.
I just think there's something, there's definitely a connection there of David caring so much for these animals.
Why don't you get him on this show?
Let's try.
Anybody know David?
If anybody knows
David, let us know. And then June Squibb, right?
June Squibb,
all right,
who is another person that I look up to because she is one of the most funniest people in the world, but she just became the oldest acting nominee in the Tony Awards history at 96 for her role in Marjorie Prime.
So she's the oldest acting nominee for Tony Awards.
And what was really funny is her nomination arriving at 96, she actually said that this is going to help her for the rest of her career. Not that this was a legacy award, but
that's
going to help her
She's
land
like,
roles.
I don't have one foot in the grave. Like,
yeah,
this actually might help me do some things
some more
going
roles
forward
in the future.
Well, I love that. And I think, one of the questions then that is posed is like, what do their stories, their lives, like what does that reveal about the way that we talk about aging? And I know for me, an answer to that. Anything come to mind for you?
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a few things that come to mind. Number one is these stories are incredible of June Squibb and David Attenborough, but there are so many people 80s, 90s, even 100-year-old who are doing incredible things. So I think there's something in the way that Americans think older adults can't be doing these things.
Productive.
Yeah.
Have purpose.
Yeah.
Involved. Yeah. Active. Like a lot of words come to mind. I think, I had the audacity when these came into my inbox for today's show to talk about. I had the audacity to be surprised that they were honored at the ages of 96 and 100. I'm not proud to say that out loud.
Yeah.
Like, you can email me and yell at me. I'm okay with it. Like, I'm yelling at myself. I was surprised that they're being honored and that they're still doing great things. And
still doing great
shame
things.
on me as someone who does this show, who started Joy's House, who is surrounded by people who are incredible as they get older. What is wrong with me?
That's a good question.
I mean, like, why are we as people sometimes surprised that older adults are doing things if they're just given the space or the advocacy or the gall to keep themselves involved?
Yeah. It's really just giving the adults that space to be involved and have purpose still.
So let's cut it out. I mean, let's cut it out. At Joy's House, we're very honored to be instrumental in moving forward our Indiana governor's multi-sector plan on aging. And one of the things we talk about, Noah, that bringing this to our attention, I think we're going to want to talk about even more, is how do we reframe aging? How do we stop talking about it with the negatives? And I'm not talking about every Hallmark card that you go to buy. Some of the ones about aging are funny. I mean,
they can be silly.
Right? You
Some
don't
are
have
hurtful.
to stop.
Some are very hurtful, though.
Some are hurtful.
Yeah.
And why do we do that? Like, why don't you ever ask a lady her age? I mean, I'm 54, and one day I hope to be 78, and I hope to be 96.
I know. This is the
know,
thing. I'm so excited to age. This just means that, like, I mean, I'm 26 right now. Oh, am I 26? 27? I'm so excited to age. I'm excited to be more of me. I'm excited to live my story. I'm excited to have more stories to share with my partner as I grow older. There's so many good things to look forward to.
I just got reconnected with a friend of mine from college through Joy's House, and we were, talking about how we're the same and different than we were 30 some years ago. And I said, I'm not as soft and nice as I used to be. And somebody said, oh yeah, you are. I said, oh no, I'm actually not. And I'm not apologizing for it. I'm actually very happy to be who I am and to be more direct. And some of that, I think, Noah, just has to come with aging.
Yeah.
I mean, it has to come with aging.
Right.
Because you have to have experience and confidence and know your place in a room. And check yourself on occasion too.
Yes.
But, all right, I know we have to take a break. If you want to hear past episodes of the show, you can go to joyshouse.org and make sure to like and follow us on Facebook. We're going to take a break. Email me anything you want. Tina@joyshouse.org. We'll be back.
You're listening to Caregiver Crossing, a show designed for family caregivers and the people who love them. Caregiver Crossing is brought to you weekly by Joy's House in partnership with Cardon and Associates. We're here every week to bring you support, education, and hopefully a good laugh. Visit joyshouse.org to connect with us today. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Caregiver Crossing shortly.
Don't let high golf rates drive you out of bounds. Save big with the Wish TV Great Golf Club Card.
Central Indiana's largest golf club card membership is back for the 8th season with more courses than ever before. Save over 75% on tee times at 27 Central Indiana golf courses. All you need is the Wish TV Great Golf Club Card. Cards are valid for the entire 2026 golf season.
Great courses, great savings. Score your Great Golf Club Card today.
Central Indiana. Wish TV is now live on YouTube TV and Hulu Live, offering more hours of local programming than any other station. Search for Wish TV or look for CW8 on both YouTube TV and Hulu Live to find us. Watch local news, sports, and lifestyle shows live from Wish TV. You can still catch Wish TV free over the air or stream it live on wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile apps. Wish TV, available in more places for the latest news, weather, and sports.
We're back on Caregiver Crossing. Tina McIntosh in studio. Noah Taylor's here.
Hey there.
Hey, and we have somebody new with us.
We do.
Her name is Richelle Sassatelli, which is just a cool name. But
really is.
she is the branch manager at Centier Bank at 86 and Ditch, and we're really happy to have her with us. They talk a lot at Centier about their relationships are rooted in, or the work actually is rooted in the relationships and showing up in the community. And so we're going to talk about how that happens, and then teaser, we're going to talk about how that's happening here at Joy's house. So Richelle, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So for people who aren't familiar with Centier Bank, first of all, it's pronounced Centier.
Yes.
I've seen the video of the owner. That's hilarious. You know what I'm talking about? Where it's like, Joe's not happy.
Yeah.
And that's so great. If you've never seen it, Google it. It's wonderful. But Centier Bank, for people who aren't familiar, can you tell us a little bit about the bank?
Yeah, absolutely. So I would describe Centier as a family-owned, community-focused relationship bank. While we're big enough to offer all the same services as regional or nationwide banks, we place a focus on creating a relationship with our guests while having fun, and that leads us to a really great hometown feel.
Yeah. When you were little, did you think, I'm going to be a banker?
You know, I actually loved going to the bank, so I'm not
Really?
surprised I ended up here.
Okay, so let's talk about that for just a second. What did you love about going to the bank?
You know, I love processes, and they always had a process, and everything was, very, very like, this money went here and this got written down on here. And I just it was either a banker or an accountant I thought I would always end up as.
I think that's perfect. I, on the other hand, would go mad in a bank. I just I wanted to roll the coins. That was all I enjoyed.
I was the
for
person
a minute.
looking for the candy.
That was probably it too. I did always love the candy.
There were always suckers. I do remember that. But here's what I love about you saying that is that, for you smiled, you lit up when I asked the question. And that carries over into who Centier Bank is, right? You're at the 86 and Ditch location. And so how is that little girl in you that loved the processes and going to the banks and having fun, how does that transfer into adult life at Centier Bank?
It just, I have the freedom to bring to life the version of the banker that I want to be. And to, have people, not everybody loves going to the bank. And that's what we're, wanting to really change is sometimes there's a stigma about going to a bank. Sometimes it's a negative stigma, and just really want people to enjoy coming to the bank and look forward to stopping in and just come to see their friends.
Actually, that's because when I was little, it was about relationships. And I remember when drive-thrus then became a thing, like driving through and seeing the people, but you always wanted to go inside and see Amy that you saw, every week.
Right.
When you deposited your paycheck. These are the olden days, Noah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, now that I'm thinking about it, I feel bad, but I don't know if I know anybody's name at my bank.
Well, I don't anymore either.
Yeah.
And that's sad.
It is.
Do you know people when they come through?
We have clients that stop in every single day, every single week. We know a lot of clients by name. We do Popcorn Fridays, so we have a lot of people that just stop in to grab popcorn. We have a coffee bar, so people drop in to grab coffee on their way to do something else. So people just stop by and
you
say hi.
Invite that, like you welcome that in.
Absolutely.
Love that.
Centier does so much for the community. I mean, along with all of these really, really fun things, what does community engagement look like for your branch?
So for us, that community involvement, it really spans a wide spectrum. Each of our branches, we're really encouraged to take the time to identify opportunities that speak to us as the managers or the associates, and we want to be able to make a meaningful impact. So we're really intentional about who we partner with. We're making sure that our values align with the nonprofits and different community efforts that we're working with. And then from there, we usually get involved in a lot of variety of ways. We may sponsor local events. Sometimes we show up as a vendor of support. Other times we're just spotlighting local small businesses by having them set up a table in our lobby and helping them to grow their businesses too. So I love the fact that each branch really is encouraged to find what works in their community and what speaks to them.
It's fantastic. And when people come into your branch, or I know we have one close to Joy's house that are friends of ours and supporters.
I used to be there
neighbors.
too.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
What is it that you hope that people are feeling, whether it's a not-for-profit, community involvement, or if it's somebody who banks with you and stops by for coffee? What do you want them to feel?
So I was really thinking about what I want them to feel. And it really comes down to this. I want them to feel a warm welcome. And I want them to feel impacted in all of their senses. And what I mean is that when they walk in, they're seeing a warm, welcoming smile from our associates. They're hearing a happy welcome to Centier. We're wanting to greet everybody that walks in. I want them to feel the warmth of our lobbies. We get a lot of comments about how warm our lobbies feel. They're very approachable. We want them to feel comfortable there. I want them to smell our signature scent when they walk in. All of our branches have a signature scent. It's all the same. So you walk into one Centier, you're going to walk in and have that same scent hit you. And hopefully you'll get that nostalgia feeling of, oh yeah, that smells like my bank. And I want them to.
And it's not cash. We
No.
don't smell. It's not like
Not
the
smelling
smell
the
of
cash.
cash.
I do like the smell of that, though.
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't really smell as much as you think it would. And I want them to.
It's the dirt on it,
Right.
actually,
Yeah.
Noah, that normally
Yeah.
smells. So we've gone a bad place. Go ahead. Sorry.
It's even taste. We have, like I said, the free coffee at our coffee station. We have coffee, water, hot chocolate, tea. Stop in and grab that. So all of those things, you're hitting all those senses, and then we're combining that with our associates' genuine care and their dedication to them. I would hope that would lead to an enjoyable experience every time they're in.
Yeah, there has to be some kind of a psychological architecture or psychological design behind it, which is what we do at Joy's House too, right? We want, it's not about us right now, but we have a certain way we want people to feel when they walk into Joy's House. And I'm hearing you say all of that. And if I didn't know you were talking about a bank, I would have the audacity to be surprised.
Right. No, and that's completely expected. And that's what makes us different, is we're not your typical bank. And what we really focus on is really more about the relationships and how our guests feel when they're in, and not them being a number. We want them to want to come in.
In this time, by the way, you're hearing the voice of Richelle Sassatelli, who is the branch manager at Centier Bank at 86 and Ditch. And if someone's listening and they're like, I just do all my banking online, I
Very
never go
common.
into a branch, why should they go into a branch?
Well, you just don't know what you don't know. And every bank has a lot of the same things to offer, but you don't know what you don't know. And what we like to do is we sit down with our clients, we do a financial review, and we talk about your goals, your dreams, your wishes, your plans. And then we really look at what you have and how are we going to get there? We can sit down with you and, okay, we really need to focus on this. You want to buy a house in a few years. Where is your credit at, you think? Or how are you working on savings? And
that's just a service you provide?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's so relationship based. And in a time when I feel like relationships can get lost or overlooked, I don't know, there are people that don't even know the names of the people at their bank.
Oh, that's
Noah.
surprising. I know. I can't believe
So
that.
so rude.
I feel like
I was never like that. I don't know.
Oh gosh, now I feel bad. Like I need to go introduce myself.
You need to take cookies.
I do. Yeah, I need to
Yes.
take cookies and popcorn. I feel like
We
there's,
love that.
there's I feel like there's so many big banks who don't really like. This is going to sound bad, but don't care to know
No.
the people's names. They don't care to know the neighborhoods that they serve, or even put a name to the face. Why is it important that Centier really knows the neighborhood that they're serving?
Well, it's really important for us to know the neighborhood that we're serving. It really comes down to trust and impact. That's what I really want people to think about. So when a bank knows the neighborhood that they're serving, is able to really understand what their people need. Every neighborhood is different. Every community is different. So sometimes it needs more small business support. Maybe families need more help reaching home ownership. Sometimes that neighborhood is really more, it's more long-term. They're really more focused on growth for retirement. So if we understand really what they are needing, then we can really help to focus and make sure that we are, working to help them plan for those things. And that local insight really helps us to provide a more personalized solutions. And it helps us to build those real relationships instead of just taking a one-size-fits-all approach.
Yes.
And when a bank is connected to its community, it's not just serving that neighborhood, it's helping that community thrive and grow.
Absolutely. In our business, there are folks who do community health workers work that they do, and you should know them if you don't. But they're doing the very same thing for healthcare and walking that journey with families because they are a trusted internal source and a neighbor. And so we're going to take a break. When we come back, Richelle's going to stick around with us. We're going to talk about things that you should know and you can organize now. And then we're going to talk about a spa day.
Ooh, spa day.
Yeah, we'll be back in just a moment.
You're listening to Caregiver Crossing, a show designed for family caregivers and the people who love them. Caregiver Crossing is brought to you by Joy's House in partnership with Cardon and Associates. With 20 communities owned, operated, or managed in the Midwest and more than 40 years of senior living experience, Cardon and Associates provides residents with the best senior living options and personalized service. Visit cardon.us for more information and to find a community near you. Stay put, everybody. We'll be right back with more Caregiver Crossing right after the break.
everybody. I'm Tina McIntosh. The guy to my right, Noah Taylor.
Hey there.
This is Caregiver Crossing and riveting. Are you asleep yet? Yeah. Don't fall out of your chair.
Good morning.
We've kept around Richelle. Richelle Sassatelli is the branch manager for Centier Bank at 86th and Ditch. And they are wonderful bankers, wonderful in the community, wonderful partners of us here at Joy's House. We want to talk, Richelle, about something that feels really important for our listeners, and that is that a lot of times people feel overwhelmed. They feel nervous about asking financial questions. I don't know why. I think not all of us are smart in that area, so we feel a certain kind of way. You know, like I feel ignorant, that I don't know even sometimes the right question to ask.
Right.
And so you mentioned in our last segment before we had to break that you all will sit down with folks and
Yes.
talk about what are your goals and some financial planning and things of that nature. And what do you want people to know before they walk in the branch?
Well, what I want them to know is that we feel nervous or like we can't ask the questions because we feel like we should know those answers already. And that's the problem, that nobody is really teaching that. And what we want people to know is that I want you to ask questions. I love questions. We love questions all the time. The more you understand your finances, the better we can help you. And my staff and I, my associates, we were sitting around talking the other day and talking about mortgages and escrow. And they were like, why don't they teach this stuff in high school? Why don't they teach us how to do this kind of thing, how to be prepared? And I know it's a failure.
What if Centier Bank did like a 101 course for people, a virtual even, where you
Right.
could teach us that kind of stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. We do actually do a lot of financial literacy work within the community. We actually have a presentation tomorrow with the associates that work at a retirement center. We've got another one next month with a community center in another area of the town. We've done high school, so that's
great.
That's things that we're trying to do, because the better educated everyone is, the easier our job is, to be honest with you.
I feel like we should have somebody out there should do a 101 circuit for politics, for interpersonal relations, for, financial. What else could we add to the list?
I don't know, everything.
There's like a whole
Car maintenance,
Yes.
maintenance.
home maintenance. The list goes on and
definitely
on.
home maintenance.
I had to learn from the School of Hard Knocks. Nobody taught me this. So some of those mistakes were costly. And, if it's a really good feeling at the end of the day, if we can go home and feel like we helped somebody be better prepared for the rest of their life.
Here's something else I'll ask, and then we want to tell you all about Spa Day because we're excited. What can people organize now in their lives that will help them later from a financial perspective?
Yeah. When I think about that, Centier, we have a lot of products and services that the average consumer may not be aware of. And that's really the fault when people only bank online. They're just not aware of all the things that we have to offer. And like I said, we love sitting down with our clients or potential clients, doing a financial review, seeing what they have, the whole picture. And if we have that whole picture, then we can help them work towards a better tomorrow. And we do that all the time. Clients that have been with us for several years, hey, you've had a major life change. Let's come in. Let's have a little conversation. If you're having a baby, you've got a new job, you're moving, you're getting ready to retire. There's some things that we really need to talk about and make sure that your financial picture is really going to embody all of that.
Fair.
I feel like I wrote that question just for myself so I could know what
Got
I
a big
need to
life
have
change
prepared.
coming up?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's funny. All right. You are hearing the voice of Richelle Sassatelli, who's branch manager at Centier Bank. They're a partner of Joy's House. And right now, Noah and I are going to pause and tell you about the partnership.
Drum roll.
It's so good. So we love how they approach things in the community. And between now and June something, we'll let you know the date. Whatever the Friday is before our open house.
There you go.
June 24th is our open house. We hope you have that on your calendar. But we are giving all of you and other caregivers in our world the chance to win are you ready?
I'm ready.
$500 spa day that is generously sponsored by Centier Bank.
That's
Woo!
awesome.
A
Thank you so
$500
much.
spa day. I mean, this is a big deal. And so all that you have to do if you're listening, you're like, yeah. I mean, think about that for just a second. What is a spa day to you? To me, like I want to be in a salt room. I want a deep tissue massage,
A facial,
a facial,
pedicure.
basically anything with touch is what I'm hearing us say here.
Yes.
But for others, it might be, what are some other ideas for spa day? I'm looking at you as a dude.
I know. I was like, I've
You're like, I want the
I've been to the
massage.
spa once and I got a massage,
Oh,
and
just
that's
the
all I
best.
could really ask for.
Well, it could be a lot of different things for you. You know, it might not be a massage for me, for sure. But what you can do is that you can go to our website, you can go to Facebook, and you can find a link that will take you to a document. You just fill out what it is about Joy's House, either our adult day services, the show here on Caregiver Crossing, Caregiver Way, our care kits, our end of life services, anything that is within our menu of services, if you will, and how Joy's House has changed your life and impacted it. Is that fair to say, Noah?
I think that's very fair, and we'd love to hear from you.
And then we will announce at our open house, you don't have to be here, but we hope you will be.
We hope to see you.
On June 24th, we will announce the winner again for this $500 spa day that is generously donated by our friends at Centier Bank. So thank you so much for that.
You're welcome. That is so exciting. And caregivers deserve that for sure. I mean, they do such a hard job, and it's the least we can do to help out.
Yeah, we're really excited. And we want to hear from you. Very selfishly, we want to hear what we're doing that's working for you, whether it's this program or it's something else. That's important for us and lets us know where we should go in the future. And so question for you, Richelle, is, what do you hope that caregivers feel in this situation, that caregivers feel when they hear that Centier Bank wanted to make this giveaway possible?
I hope they feel seen and recognized and appreciated. I think it's something that they do that is very selfless, and really they just deserve all the thanks in the world.
Yeah, it feels seen. You had me
Yes.
at that. Like I got the goosebumps on
Aw.
that one. So, I mean, everything that I'm hearing you say about how the bank operates is literally about seeing each of us for who we are.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm going to have to come hang out at a bank
should.
and
You can
have conversations to
come
see
hang
what
out and see
happens from
me.
there, because I would like that.
Pop in Friday.
Popcorn.
Popcorn
I
Friday.
mean, coffee and popcorn. I'm
Yeah.
not sure what could be better. So if somebody wanted to learn more about Centier Bank in general or wanted to connect with your branch, how do they go about doing that?
So they could, honestly, the best thing, come by and see me myself at my Centier branch at 86 in the Ditch. It's 1313 West 86th Street. They can also go online to learn more about Centier at centier.com, or they can give us a call to find out whether this is the closest location near to them. It's 188 Centier, which is 236-8437.
So never hesitate just to walk in.
Absolutely. No,
Okay.
we love people walking in.
Okay,
We love it.
We can website, we can walk in.
Absolutely.
Either
Go ahead and
one.
walk in.
All right, for us here at Joy's House, if you want to enter for the $500 spa day giveaway from Centier Bank, you do have to do something. You have to go online. You have to pull it on our website or on Facebook, and go now. Fill out the form. It's not hard, right,
It's
Noah?
super easy. It's like 3 questions. We just want to make sure you're getting a spa day.
I mean, Noah created it, so if it's hard, just email him, Noah at
Yeah, tell me to make it
joyshouse.org.
easier.
Or just email him, Noah at
There you go.
joyshouse.org.
Yeah.
And you can always email me, Tina at joyshouse.org. We want to hear from you, and we want you, like Richelle and Centier Bank, we want you to feel seen and know that we care about. I'm wearing the t-shirt right now that Noah created that is, if you're caring for somebody who's caring for you. And we want it to be us along with our friends at Centier Bank.
Thank you.
Thanks for all you do.
Thank you for having me.
You're listening to Caregiver Crossing, a show designed for family caregivers and the people who love them. Caregiver Crossing is brought to you weekly by Joy's House in partnership with Cardon and Associates. We're here every week to bring you support, education, and hopefully a good laugh. Visit joyshouse.org to connect with us, hear past episodes, learn more about caregiver support resources in the community, and much more. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more Caregiver Crossing.
Well, thanks for sticking around. Tina McIntosh, Noah Taylor in studio, and Noah won't tell me what we're talking about.
I have something very, very funny to tell you, something a little sad. It's going to make you feel all the emotions. So, actress Jackie Tohn recently shared that she underwent a preventative double mastectomy after testing positive for the BRCA1 gene mutation.
Breast cancer.
For the breast cancer gene
BRCA.
mutation.
Yeah.
Tohn, who's 45 and appears in Nobody Wants This on Netflix, which is a really funny show. Check it out if you haven't. Said that her father's cancer diagnosis is eventually what led her to get tested. And the best part about this is Before surgery, she hosted a gathering she jokingly called a Boob Voyage, a party with close friends and family and the cast from Nobody Wants This. And this party included matching shirts, decorations, games, and a cake shaped like breasts, which she described as a way to make the experience feel less isolating and frightening.
I love this.
So tell me your first opinions. What do you think about this party? Do you wish that you had ever had one?
Well, I kind of did. So not my first cancer, which was a double mastectomy. My second one, where I had another double mastectomy, which is not a thing. Anyway, it doesn't matter. They were like, we don't know what box to check for insurance. The second one was going to be a different kind of a deal. That was chemo and radiation and surgeries, and like 12 surgeries during COVID, all the things. So one of my best friends, sorority sister of mine, brought together women from my life. I don't even know how many were there, 25, 30 women from just different parts of my life. And they brought me gifts because they knew I was going to go through. So they had beautiful gifts and thoughtful gifts and funny gifts. And, like, somebody brought like a stencil for your eyebrows because they knew I was going to lose my eyebrows.
Yeah.
And a bunch of us did that. It was horrid. Don't ever use those. It was bad. But they had cupcakes, popcorn. So Mandy and Carly, our friends that just pop in, did a popcorn, and the sticker on it said something that was vulgar about my breasts, but I can't remember what it was. Maybe like F the tatas, but it was spelled out, or something. Yeah. But it was just it was a wonderful night. They, at the end of the night, gathered me and put their hands on me and prayed over me. And so we were not wise enough to call it a Boob Voyage.
It's a really good title.
It's a great title.
Smart title.
But I think it's something for her. It sounds like she did this as a preventative measure.
Yes.
And there is, I think, a stigma with when a woman or a man, primarily a woman, does a preventative measure. But when you think about it, we do preventative. I've had a hysterectomy.
Right.
Why? Because we were afraid my breast cancer would go to my girly parts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why do we? Let's just do everything we can to protect ourselves.
Absolutely. We, as a society, especially in the American society, we need to focus more on preventative care. And instead, a lot of people are waiting till that moment of crisis.
They are. And the other thing is families don't talk about the things going on. I know more, even my friends, Noah, who will have some kind of a major diagnosis, but they'll say, I don't really want to tell my mom, it'll upset her. I don't want to tell the kids because it will concern them. Well, no crud. Like, you have a life-altering change going on. Now, to each her own, right? We all have different reasons and ways. I'm maybe too transparent with how I do things, but I'm not going to hide that kind of stuff from people in my life. I want the prayers. I want the support. Even when we were having babies, I knew I wanted people to know when I was pregnant. I've had 3 kids, lost 3 kids, babies. And I wanted people to know because either way, I needed your prayers.
I feel like it's really helpful for other people to know if you're sharing something, maybe they'll be more likely to share their own experience and maybe get some of that off their chest. I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
At the party you had, party in air quotes.
Yeah. It was a party.
Yeah. Do you think it was more beneficial for you to have those people with you, or do you think it was helpful for your friends for them to be there for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even the ones that maybe didn't come around actively after, for whatever reason, they couldn't, or they didn't. And that's okay. But I think it's for both. I gain strength from others. That's without a doubt.
Yeah.
I gain strength from others. And they got to be a part of that journey in a different kind of way because my girlfriend made that invitation to them. And I didn't know it was really happening until I was there.
I mean, how thoughtful of your friends to be there for you in that moment, too.
I mean, community so much. And, for those of you who are listening who are caregivers, I've said it before on this show, but it's worth saying again, know that people are watching you. People are watching you. People are learning from you on what it means to be a caregiver. And so don't just tell them all the great things. Don't just tell them all the bad things. Share your journey when appropriate with whoever it's appropriate. But regardless, your neighbor, your cashier at the grocery store, your medical assistant, whomever it is, people are watching you, and you're teaching them how to caregive and how to care for themselves through the process, and teaching them about your faith if that's the thing in your life too. So your community, like all of it. You're teaching people without, even if you don't want to.
Right.
Sorry,
You're
doing
an
it.
example, even if you don't know you are.
That's exactly right.
Well, that was an important part you brought up earlier about people in our country are very weird about preventative care, but it is a good thing that Jackie did do this measure because they actually found out that there were precancerous cells
wow.
in her body.
Wow.
So it was a good idea for Jackie to do this preventative measure.
Can you imagine getting that call? Like, hey, by the way, you had that surgery last week and, you have, I think she said this, like you have saved your own life by doing this. I mean, that's a big deal. And let's be honest, with cancers, you just can't mess around. They can just move so fast.
Yeah.
So I think that Jackie is an incredible, we're learning from her.
Yeah, we are. She's an example for us at Joy's House.
Yeah.
And Caregiver Crossing.
Yeah. Why do you think it is that people don't want to talk about what's going on in their lives?
People are embarrassed. People don't want to be people don't want you to feel bad for them, I think. People don't want you to be worried about them. People are just embarrassed, I think, that maybe they think that they did something wrong in their life, that maybe they got this diagnosis and maybe they're scared to talk about it. I don't know. There's a million different reasons, but I do
They're
think
introverted. They don't like the attention. They don't want to burden other people. Like, okay, now I've got things going through my head.
I do think specifically with our families, though, we need to share more about our health history. I'm even finding out now that like there's things about my grandparents' health that I never even knew, and it's like this would be good to know for my future.
And you can't go back and show up differently.
Yeah.
So I'm with you entirely. Well, and on that note, we have to go.
We do.
Okay, well, bye, everybody.
As we close the show today, we just want to remind our listeners that they can contact us for more information and resources to help you through the journey of caregiving at joycehouse.org. Until next time, take good care of each other.